You're looking for a side hustle to earn some extra income, to pay the bills, put towards a vacation, or just live the life you want to live. And you've got plenty of options. There's reselling, flipping, drop shipping, but there's one side hustle that anybody over 40 should avoid at all costs. Because if you choose this one, you're setting yourself up for failure, exhaustion, and disappointment. The deeper you get into it, the harder it is for you to escape. And it's never going to take you where you want to go. I've made over $100,000 doing a different kind of side hustle, and I've taught students how to make thousands of dollars on the side as well. So in this video, I'm going to contrast this terrible side hustle with mine. I'm going to expose the myths that this bad side hustle tries to sell you. You'll learn why my side hustle is perfect for anyone over 40, how you can get started with no prior experience, and how it pays so much better than the alternative. For Gen Xers, my path is Back to the Future, while the alternative is Mac and Me. And if you know, you know. Before we talk about the right side hustle, let's talk about the one that looks appealing, but is actually a trap. Now look, I am empathetic to anybody out there trying to pay the bills, your kids' tuition, medical expenses, I get it. But let me be clear, I am 100% opposed to anybody over 40 wasting their time, energy, or health on this terrible side hustle. It's because the companies that run these hustles don't see you as a person. They see you as a replaceable cog in their billion-dollar machine. You sweat, they profit. It is exploitation, plain and simple. I'm talking about gig apps. Uber, DoorDash, Instacart. They promise quick money, but they're designed to keep you working constantly. There's no future growth, and you can't negotiate your own rate. And the harder you work, the more you burn out. And here's the thing, every Hans Gruber has a John McClane. And when it comes to side hustles, UGC is John McClane. UGC stands for User Generated Content. Instead of driving people around or 1 a.m. or getting screwed on delivery tips, you are making videos for brands that they post on their social media pages or use as ads on places like Instagram and TikTok. If you've been on those short form video platforms, then you've seen a UGC ad. Brands need people over 40 to make UGC. There's a surplus of 20 and 30-year-olds making videos for them. But if you're over 40, there's just not many of us, and that makes us extremely valuable to brands. I've made over $100,000 in 18 months doing UGC, and there are tons of other older creators doing this part-time or full-time. That's why I call this a hero side hustle, because unlike gig apps, it actually gives you a way out. Or as John McClane would say, yippee-ki-yay, gig apps. So now you're probably thinking, okay, dude, why hate on the gig apps? Have you even tried them? Yes, I have. This is not something I just observe from the outside. I have lived this. In September of 2022, I was fired from a job that I absolutely hated. And I took it in stride. It wasn't the best opportunity for me, but I had the skills and experience that tons of companies would need. So I felt that I would get a new job really quickly. So in the meantime, to get some extra money and just to stay out of the house, I downloaded the Uber app and started driving. A year later, I was still out of a job. I had applied to, hundreds of jobs and usually never got a reply. And Uber, it kept us barely above broke. I just sat in my Prius waiting for calls, just feeling absolutely useless. So when I first heard about UGC in November 2023, I thought that this could be the way out, and it was. And let me tell you, deleting the Uber driver app and my 4.9 rating was one of the best feelings ever. And if you're one of those people just slaving away at a gig app, UGC can be your way out as well. I've got a free Kickstarter guide for boomers and Gen Xers that you can download and check out to learn more about UGC. The link for that is in the description below. Now, I get it. Gig apps feel easy. That's what they're designed to do. You download the app, you see the gig, you accept it, and boom, you get money. Compare that to making videos, which probably sounds complicated or difficult to a lot of you. But once you get started, making a UGC video doesn't take all day. A few days ago, I filmed 2 very simple videos in an hour. And then with the editing and the uploading, it took another hour. So in 2 hours, I made about $275. Depending on when I was driving, it would take me maybe 2 days to make that same amount of money. So for context, I played around with ChatGPT to kind of figure out how long it would take to make 100K as an Uber driver. Now, some reports show that it's about $20 an hour before expenses. But once you subtract insurance, gas, and car wear, that number vanishes. According to the Economic Policy Institute, most drivers actually take home about $12 an hour. At that rate, to make $100K, you'd need over 8,000 hours behind the wheel. That's full-time, nights, weekends. Me, I hit 100K in 18 months doing UGC. So you can play the app game, or you can do UGC and build something of your own. But know that the app game is a rigged game that you will never win. One of the biggest selling points of gig apps is work when you want. But is that really freedom, or is it a schedule trap? To actually earn money on Uber, I had to drive when life was at its most stressful. Here in Austin, that's during F1, ACL, driving people to the airport, driving people to Rainy Street. Basically, it was either when people were most stressed or drunk. The best money came at night, and my wife will tell you, I'm pretty much useless after 9 p.m., maybe sooner. But when you're driving, that's where the money is. On the flip side, I filmed and edited 3 videos in about 5 hours and made $800. With UGC, I decide when I work. If you're a morning person, perfect for you. Night owl, go for it. That is actual flexibility, and you're not living your life by surge pricing. Gig apps also make it look like you're in control because you can accept or decline opportunities. But what happens when the money doesn't add up from doing that? Say you get a gig for $21.54 to drive somebody to the airport, but it's just gonna suck up a lot of your time. Can you give a counter offer for $26? Uber sets the pay, take it or leave it. Tips are unpredictable. When I drove, got pretty good tips, but it was awful with food delivery. I was burned constantly. When you drive for a place like Uber and you do delivery, you'll get like a notification that says, $23, expected tip included, and you deliver the food and you'd get stiffed. The only way to earn more is to work more. There's no way to scale being on a gig app. UGC flips that. If a brand offers me $250 for one video, I can add extra hooks, extra CTAs, raw footage, photos, even additional concepts that I make. Those upsells can stack hundreds of dollars without adding on a lot of extra work. With UGC, I have some control over how much my gigs are worth, and that is leverage that the gig apps will never give you. Now, UGC isn't perfect, it's still client-based work, but how does that differ between driving clients around or delivering clients groceries? With UGC, you've got the opportunity to work with hundreds of different brands and agencies. I get a wide range of offers in my inbox every week. One of them was really good. It was $850 for 3 UGC videos. Another gig I got was $1,000 for 8 to 15 videos per week for a month. That is not one I accepted. With UGC, you choose who to work with and walk away from deals that don't serve you. You negotiate the terms up front. You compare that to Uber. $20 rides with drunks, traffic, and stress. All on their terms, not yours. With UGC, you need to constantly put yourself out there every day by posting on social media, by pitching to brands, or applying to jobs on UGC job boards. But if none of them align with your rate or your values, you can decline. It's just a matter of time before that big payday comes in. That's happened to me like so many times. UGC gives you the power to say, no thanks, I'm gonna wait for something that meets me where I am. The gig apps just were never designed for that and will never give you that. So you're probably thinking, okay, that worked out for you, but I'm over 40, I've never made videos, like, is this actually gonna work for me? I've seen students in their 40s and 50s start getting UGC deals in just a few weeks after creating their example videos and getting themselves in front of brands. DD is a corporate recruiter who saw UGC as something fun that she could do on the side. She's making thousands per month and getting her dog involved. Phil's a high school teacher who needed extra income, and as he got more comfortable comfortable on camera, his gigs and his rates for those gigs increased. Chris is a husband and father of two who wants to work in the television industry. He started UGC and now he has a fun and creative side hustle that complements his creative work. They saw the false narrative of gig apps as freedom and started UGC. They put in the work and get rewarded by brands every week. I really enjoy empowering students through my course and community, and now I am offering 2 different coaching packages for a limited number of students one-to-one. If you need help and accountability starting UGC, click the link below and apply to the program. Okay, so let's break down the money because side hustles live or die by the numbers. How does UGC actually stack up to gig apps? Starter deals begin around between $75 to $150 for one video. As your skills grow, you can start to offer packages, which can be anywhere between $500, $700, or even $1,000. I've made $1,000 for one video a few times. I'm actually filming one on Thursday. Know that these are extremely rare. They are longer videos to film. It can happen. And it's really awesome when it does. Brands often pay for extra hooks, raw footage, extra CTAs, so you can double or triple the value of a deal. But as a creator, the best deals are the ones that lead to more deals. Let me show you. Okay. All right, so I've worked with this brand, Ridge. They make these wallets and they make the suitcases. I've worked with them on and off for just over a year. Every month or so, it's a new script, and yeah, I mean, it's so vital to have repeat clients in this industry. Compare that to Uber, where you're driving around for 8 hours for $150, $200, and nothing rolls forward. I never had repeat clients or delivered food to the same house twice. With UGC, you're stacking skills, building a portfolio, and earning repeat clients. You earn more deals and respect, something I never got from Uber. UGC beats gig apps any day, but in order to cash in, you need to learn how to make a video that gets a brand's attention. So watch this video to learn how to make your first UGC video.